Rapture is not in the Bible. Hi, I'm Robin Whittaker, a biblical scholar and public theologian, and a couple of weeks ago I posted about how that verse in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 about beaming up to meet Jesus in the air is not about the rapture. It actually means the opposite. I'll link to that below. And some of you have asked some follow-up questions about other verses, and here's one of them. In Matthew 24:40, it depicts a scene where two men are ploughing the field and one is taken. And two women are grinding the mill and one is taken. And I can see how when you read this in English, at first glance, it appears that this could also be a reference to some kind of rapture, to the faithful person being taken up to heaven. But it actually means the opposite. When we look at the way Matthew's gospel uses this language of taken, we can see that the one being taken up is a metaphor for judgment. We can see this in the verse just prior, Matthew 24:39, where when the flood came, those who were wicked were taken or swept away by God. And the verb there is a taking verb, it's airo in the Greek. But earlier in Matthew's Gospel, in chapter 13, we also get this language in Jesus' parables of those who the angels come to gather up or take, the weeds from amongst the plants, as a metaphor for judgment. And Matthew here is drawing on a much longer tradition that we find throughout the Hebrew Bible. There's lots of passages where being taken is a metaphor for being judged. So just like 1 Thessalonians, Matthew 24 and this idea of being taken up is not about a rapture. This is your reminder that rapture theology was only invented in the 19th century based on the visions of a young woman in Glasgow and then made popular through the Plymouth Brethrens and later the Schofield Bible and the Left Behind books. This is not a biblical idea, and in fact I think it's doing more harm than good, but that's in the next video.